The Black Sea was ink black at 2:17 local time on December 14, 2025, 300 nautical miles southwest of Sevastopol, when the radar on the Russian frigate Admiral Grigorovich painted the first contact, a 180-meter bulk carrier, eyes off, running dark at 12 knots on a course that would take it straight through the newly declared enhanced security zone. Bridge alarms chirped softly. The captain, Captain First Rank Alexei Volkov, 46, leaned over the screen, eyes narrowing behind night vision goggles. Merchant vessel, no lights, no response on VHF 16, matches the profile. He didn't need to say more, everyone on the bridge knew the profile. Another pirate mothership masquerading as a legitimate grain carrier, probably Syrian-flagged but crewed by Somalia and Yemeni irregulars who had already hit 3 tankers in the past 6 weeks, always at night, always with fast ribs launched from the shadows of a civilian hull. Volkov gave the order in a voice that carried no drama, only certainty. Combat alert. Weapons free on my command. Signal the drone detachment eyes on target. 30 seconds later 2 Orlan 10Avs lifted off the frigate's helipad, climbing into the moonless night on silent electric motors. Their thermal cameras locked onto the deck of the bulk carrier, 12 heat signatures moving fast toward the stern davits, 6 more on the bridge wings, all carrying long Objektsag pattern rifles, RPGs. Boarding ladders. No merchant crew moved like that. Volkov watched the feed on the CIC screen and muttered one word, confirmed. At 2:34 the first 2-meter wave rocked the frigate as 4 3M54 caliber missiles left their vertical launch cells in a roar of orange flame. The missiles skimmed the sea at Mach 0.8 for 40 seconds, then climbed sharply and dove onto the target at Mach 2.9. The bulk carrier's bridge disintegrated in a wide flash. Secondary explosions. A probably stolen RPG warhead stored below ripped the superstructure apart. The ship listed hard to port within 90 seconds. Volkov watched the thermal bloom spread across the deck. 23 heat signatures vanished in the first 30 seconds. Another 9 in the next minute as fuel tanks cooked off. No lifeboats launched. No distress call. No survivors in the water. The frigate held position for exactly 12 minutes, long enough for the drone to confirm the hull was breaking up and then turned north at 28 knots, disappearing into the radar clutter before any NATO P-8 Poseidon could vector in. By 4 o'clock Moscow time the Ministry of Defense had already uploaded the sanitized drone footage to Telegram, 32 seconds of night vision showing armed men on deck, followed by the missile impacts and the ship's rapid sinking. The caption read simply, Russian Navy eliminates pirate mothership in the Black Sea. No survivors, no negotiations. The clip hit 87 million views in the first 6 hours. Forwarded across every Russian language channel from Murmansk to Vladivostok, and by sunrise Pakistani WhatsApp groups were circulating dubbed versions with captions like Ye hi asli Russian style no bakwas, surf camp. The hashtag #NoSurvivors began trending globally, split between horrified Western accounts posting war crime, and pro-Russian pages replying pirates don't get Miranda rights. By 10 o'clock am PKT the footage had crossed 400 million views. In Karachi Cafe copyright men replayed the missile impacts on loop, arguing over whether the Russians had used caliber or onyx. In Peshawar bazaars vendors sold bootleg USBs labeled Russia vs. Pirates aerial footage. The official Russian line never wavered. The vessel was positively identified as a pirate command ship operating against international shipping in violation of UN Security Council resolutions. All actions were in accordance with the right of self-defense under Article 51 of the UN Charter. NATO issued a cautious statement expressing concern over the loss of life at sea and calling for all parties to respect international maritime law. But no one in Brussels or Washington was eager to press the point too hard. Private shipping insurers had quietly thanked Moscow off record after 3 of their vessels were saved from boarding in the previous month. Western media split down the middle. The BBC ran a measured report, Russian frigate sinks suspected pirate vessel in Black Sea. Questions raised over rules of engagement. CNN went harder, Moscow's no survivors policy draws war crime accusations. In Pakistan, Area and Geo ran 3-hour specials titled Russia Ka Pirate Huntry Koi Bachanai, featuring retired Navy officers explaining how modern frigates can sink a 180-meter ship in under 2 minutes with a single salvo. One admiral summed it up: when pirates started using captured merchant ships as motherships, the old rules died. Russia just wrote the new ones in fire. Behind closed doors the real conversation was happening in insurance boardrooms. Lloyd's of London quietly increased premiums for vessels transiting the Black Sea by 18% overnight, but also added a footnote in their risk assessments: Russian naval presence has reduced successful pirate attacks by 94% since November 2024. The unspoken truth spread through maritime WhatsApp groups faster than any official report. If you're carrying cargo through those waters, you want a Russian frigate on the horizon, not a UN patrol boat. 4 years later the Black Sea No Survivors policy is taught at naval academies from Annapolis to Karachi as the Grigorovich Doctrine. The 2025 engagement is now Case Study 47B in every modern Rules of Engagement course. Positive identification of armed boarding parties on a darkened merchant vessel constitutes imminent threat. Proportional response includes immediate neutralization with no requirement for warning shots or rescue operations when hostile intent is clear. Russia never retracted the policy, instead it became de facto international practice. NATO quietly adopted similar guidelines in 2027 after 2 more motherships were sunk by Allied frigates with the same outcome. No survivors. The bulk carrier's wreck lies in 1,200 meters of water, officially listed as foundered due to unknown causes. No wreck survey was ever permitted. Every December 14th, Russian Navy Telegram channels repost the 32-second clip with the same caption: "No survivors, no negotiations." In Pakistan, where the video still circulates every winter on WhatsApp, it has become a quiet parable. Sometimes the only language pirates understand is the one spoken by Kalibr missiles at Mach 2.9, and sometimes, in the black water between Sevastopol and the Bosporus, that language is final.